Be glad when today's over.
Well, is tomorrow going to be different?
I know I should show more interest in Sarah's wedding, but I can't.
It's not going to happen anytime soon. Especially if you're not paying for it.
I mean, it's not as if I can afford a posh do, and I don't suppose your dad's got any spare cash with a baby on the way.
And what's she got to marry him for, anyway?
Because she wants to. And I should want it too, my only daughter. She should have the best wedding I can possibly afford. It's just...
Mum, this ain't helping, is it? Can't be. Not with them sleeping pills and all.
I need it.
Mum, whoever's doing this is what they want. To see you wrecked. You can't just give in. And even if Sarah don't need you anymore, I do. So can you stay here?
Why would I do that?
But Lou be Lou.
Oh, David, you're so much more qualified than me to look after her because you're so caring and understanding.
Come on, I'm going to my dad's. Stay here.
And Eileen's taking Bethany out, which means an afternoon in bed with Jason.
Too much squalid information.
Well, I'm not staying here for anything. Come on then. See you, Mum.
Yeah, have fun.
Oh, will do.
Now don't you go getting pregnant now.
Oh, I'm totally laughing inside.
I knew what you said then.
Oh.
Right. Looks like I best wend my way to Peter's.
What are you doing in Manchester?
Some course, bedpan management or sharp hospital corners, I don't know.
Trains run quite often, don't they?
Yeah.
Only I was thinking of getting a pizza for me dinner, but not much point in getting one just for me.
Suppose I could just about force a pizza down.
Don't want to keep you.
I'll stay. Your pizza offer's too good to resist.
Enjoyed that.
Yeah, we're all right.
Enjoyed talking to you as well. Seems like we've been communicating by shouting for months.
Whose fault's that?
No, well, it was nice. Talking like adults.
And you're going to be all right on your own?
Well, of course I am. Why wouldn't I be?
No, you've been a bit... And Sarah's out all night, and so am I, so you'll be on your own till tomorrow.
Well, your gran's around if I need anyone.
You sure?
Look, you get to your dad's, he's expecting you. I'll be fine. Actually, I'm looking forward to having a bit of time on my own for a change.
You say we're talking like adults and communicating. Then you go and lie to me.
I'm not lying.
Yeah, you are. I know you're bricking it. But yet you're pretending like everything's fine. Have fun. Need help from me?
Oh, no.
What? It's not another one, is it?
Well, it's the same handwriting. What should we do?
How do you mean?
Well, Mum's depressed enough as it is already. Do you really want to show her another one?
Well, are we sure it's from him, though?
Thinking of you in your time of need, Richard.
How many is this now?
Oh, I've lost count.
Only me.
Quick.
What's going on?
Nothing.
We were just going to put the kettle on to our brew.
I've had a drink, actually, but thanks for asking.
Right, well, we won't bother either, will we, David?
Nah.
Just going to find it.
What did you put it there for?
Oh, there was nowhere else.
What do you fancy for your tea?
Actually, Mum, I'll cook if you like.
What about you?
No, well, you've had a tough week.
Don't know what we're having.
Oh, well, I'll just have a look at one of these. Might give me some ideas.
You need to go shopping if you're going to do something from there.
Well, I can just have a look.
Actually, there is something that's easy that you... Sarah?
What?
There's something going on. Give me the book.
No, but Mum, I need it.
When did it come?
Found it when I came home.
Sarah, I appreciate what you're doing, but I don't need you to protect me, okay?
But it's been really getting to you.
I don't need wrapping up in cotton wool. I need to know what's happening, everything, so I can tell the police if nothing else. So you just leave my mail alone in future, okay?
Okay.
When did you start to feel rough?
About an hour ago. Thought I'm gonna be sick.
Maybe I should book you an appointment.
No, I'll be alright.
Are you hungry? Could you hold down some beans on toast?
Could try, I suppose.
Hello? Well, surprise is one word. I'm fine. You?
Who is it?
Well, I'm sorry too. But you didn't leave me much choice, did you?
It's a minute.
Look, I can't talk right now. But I'm not sure there's anything more I can say.
There's nothing to say. Leave us alone.
David, be quiet! No, It's okay, it's okay. It's just David. Well, I think he's entitled to be a bit upset. Phil? Phil? Plug that back in now.
Open your eyes, man. Why do you think he's ringing?
Because he's feeling guilty.
He should do, after sending them cards.
David, we've been through all this.
Mum, he's trying to frighten you so he can worm his way back in.
Those cards are someone's idea of a sick joke.
Yeah, right. Whoever's doing this knew all about Richard, knows exactly how to scare you. And Phil just happens to ring out of the blue, saying that he misses you, asking how you are. He's hoping you'll say, oh, I'm terrified, come back and protect me.
Stay there as long as you like, eh? I'll be back at dinner time. Then maybe you can have a shower. And we'll change these clothes, eh? Oh, poor love. You're not well, are you? Well, he certainly won't be going to school today.
Oh, I'm not surprised. He was throwing up half the night. Don't worry, Mum. Two are official and two are rubbish, so nothing for him, you know.
Well, at least we've got that to be grateful for.
What's going on?
Where have you been?
I've just been to the bathroom.
I've just come in and found this on the table. Another one from him.
What does it say?
Get well soon, David, as I've done Richard. But it's not just what it says. This wasn't posted. It was on the table. Have you been downstairs?
No, I've been asleep.
And you didn't find this in the hallway and bring it in?
No.
Well, which is why I'm saying this time it's different. This time whoever's doing this has been inside this house.
Sarah, are you sure you didn't pick the card up when you came into the house?
No, Gran, I'm sure. Will you stop asking me that?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Was it on the table when you came in?
I don't know. I came in, I went up and checked on David, and then I went back out again.
Did you hear anything?
I've been asleep, how could I?
Well, it's just another one, isn't it? I mean, there's nothing much we can do about it.
No, it's not just another one, Mum, and we do have to do something about it. Because this time, whoever it was came into the house.
Does Phil still have a key?
No, he gave it back.
Yeah, he could have had one copied.
Did you give Jason a key?
No?
You would say if you had, wouldn't you say?
Haven't, Gran. Anyway, Eileen's gone on holiday, if that's what you're thinking, so it couldn't have been her.
So what do? Change the locks? Put new locks and bolts everywhere, and then we'll all be fine, won't we? As long as none of us ever leave the house
Oh,
again.
now, Gail.
Because if whoever it was knew that David was ill, then they know what's going on in here, don't they? They know when it's safe to come in. They know when we're here. They know when we're not here. They know everything. He's looking brighter.
What do you think this is? Can you see?
Oh, no idea.
You don't think it's blood, do you?
Come here.
Well, you know how easy it is to cut yourself on paper.
Do you know, I think you might be right. Where's the envelope?
Mind, I'm not sure where that gets you, even if it is blood. I mean, you can hardly go around looking for someone with a cut finger.
There's some more here.
No, hang on. I'm not saying it's going to get you anywhere.
No, but it might. I mean, if you can just... Well, I don't know, but there has to be some way you can tell us who's doing all this.
I still don't see what you're expecting them to
It is
do.
blood.
Yes.
They can do a DNA test.
What, on that tiny
Yeah, I
little
think
one?
so, yes. And then they can ask whoever it is we think's doing it. Phil, for instance. If he's willing to take a test and see if it's a match.
Yeah, but I don't think you can make someone
Well,
do that.
maybe the police can.
I don't.
Ma'am, I don't know. I do know someone's been into this house. They came into this house to leave that card. And that means none of us are safe until we find out who it is.
I know all that. Just saying,
Can
don't
I
get
speak
your...
to Constable Lewis, please? Scale Platt. It's about some cards I've been receiving. Supposedly from my dead husband. The difference with this one, apart from the message getting sicker, was it wasn't posted, it was on the table.
So somebody's broken in to do that, so you can see why it's getting to her, can't you?
Yeah, well, it's not a nice feeling. My son's ill, upstairs in bed. I mean, anything could have happened.
Yeah, it is worrying.
Mrs. Platt, who do you think did this?
My ex, Phil Nail. We worked together briefly and then we split up and now he's gone back to Scotland. And he was always obsessed with Richard Hillman. Said he was doing research into serial killers and their victims and the ones that got away. But I realise now he was just playing games.
And he hit my grandson. I mean, not a nice person at all.
On the back of the card there's some blood.
You should get that analysed, then we'll know once and for all.
So what will you do?
Well, suffice it to say, we're taking this very seriously, Mrs. Platt. We'll check up on this Mr. Nail, and if you don't mind, we'll take this away for some tests.
Thank you. I'm at my wit's end.
And in the meantime, if this Phil's got a key,
I think he must have had one copied.
well, maybe you should think about changing your locks.
But have you managed to track him down?
This is marvellous.
Okay, thank you. Bye. Well, they've managed to establish he's not in Aberdeen, so...
Who have?
So it could be anywhere.
The police.
What's it to do with that?
Looking into it.
Nothing to worry about.
Well, you can't blame him for bricking it. I mean, if Phil was going to be anywhere, he'd be here. He could be in the loft. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, thank you very much, my darling.
What's for tea?
Do you know, David, you never cease to amaze me.
Tell you what, why don't we get Chippy, eh?
Yeah, it's not a bad idea, actually. I'll get my purse.
Hey, you keep your hands out your pockets. I'll get this as soon as I've done this door.
Oh, after all, Jason's practically family now.
Right, come on, everyone. Chippy. Are we using plates or what?
Let's be civilised. Ma'am, will you get a plate?
Plates coming up, my love. Quick, quick, quick.
Was it empty over there? You were quick.
That's Sarah, that. All she has to do is walk into a chip shop and she clears the place.
Don't give up the day job, David.
Your sauce is gone.
No, other cupboard.
Oh, yeah, I got an extra sausage. You want it?
Eddie is hard over there.
Careful, pal. It's hot.
Cheers.
Well, he did warn you.
It's not that, is it? It's too much salt on it.
I usually like them salty.
Yeah, not when I've got a flipping paper cut. Look.
Oh, mine hasn't got vinegar on it.
All right, this must be yours, though. Yeah.
Oh, you really are hot.
I should have buttered some bar.
Do you know this is my most favourite meal in the whole wide world?
You alright?
I'm fine. Absolutely fine.
Right, should we stick telly on?
Yeah, go on then.
Morning?
Morning, you were out early.
Yeah, we were low on milk. Must be going mad.
So couldn't sleep last night.
Join the club.
So I had a little chat with myself.
First sign of madness, that.
I thought, well, you know, the police are involved now, so it's going to get sorted out sooner or later.
Don't let him get to you, Mum. It's not worth it.
I'll try not to. You really think it was Phil?
I've never been so sure of anything else in my life.
You're right. I do feel better. Just finally knowing who's to blame. I didn't want anybody to hear, and I wanted to get out of the house.
Oh, well, what's happened?
I know who's sending the cards.
Right.
It's David.
David?
I'm being serious, ma'am.
Oh, girl, honestly.
Don't know what I've done to make him hate me so much.
Oh, come on, run this by me again. Have I got it right? David is sending you the cards and making believe they're coming from your dead husband. David?
Yes.
Our David?
There was blood on the last card, and David has a cut on his finger.
Oh, girl, please.
Paper cut.
Oh, and this would stand up as proof positive in a court of law, would it?
If it's his blood, and I know it is.
So what you been doing? Rushing over to the cabin and getting a do-it-yourself DNA kit? Oh, listen to yourself, darling. It's ridiculous.
I need you to believe me, ma'am.
Well, look, I nicked myself on the hair thinners earlier. Look at that. So, lock me up, throw away the key.
Do you remember when Richard was terrorising you and nobody'd believe you?
Yeah, well, that was different. Richard was a murderer. David's just a
Dangerous little psychopath from where I'm standing.
Gail, he's your son. How can you say something like that?
You think I'm enjoying this?
No, David is a lovely lad. Yeah, okay, he went off the rails a bit when his dad left, but he would never, ever knowingly do something as nasty as this.
David?
Mum, are you in?
Down in a sec.
What's for tea?
Chicken nuggets. I've been in your room.
Oh, well, bully for you.
And it's an absolute mess. It looks like a bomb's hit it. I'm not your skivvy, you know. Just get up those stairs and clean it now. Have you no self-respect?
Mum, I'm watching this.
Correction, you were watching it. Now get up those stairs.
Right, I've done it.
Right. Come and get your tea. There you go.
Oh, it's to do with chicken nuggets.
Changed my mind. I'm sorry I shouted.
Oh, it's alright, room we're minging.
Well, I shouldn't take it out on you.
Take what out on me?
It's just, Friday. Nobody knows this, but, Friday would have been Richard's birthday. I'm worried sick I'm going to get another card.
Well, does Phil know it's Richard's birthday?
Yeah, and I'm dreading it. But why did I tell him so much? I mean, the man's obviously a monster.
Well, if I ever see him again, Mum, I'll kill him for what he's put you through.
Don't say things like that.
It's true. Whoever's been doing this, Mum, is some sort of serious weirdo.
I know. It's the work of a sick mind. So you see, Phil knows what a significant day Friday is. I think I'm going to get a nasty surprise in the post.
Right, I'm just going out.
Okay, love.
Alright, see you later.
Gail? Gail? Get in this, come on. What on earth do you think you're doing? Are you following David?
Well, yeah, I was, till you got your foggle now.
Have you completely lost your senses?
Well, maybe I have. And if I have, I'll be glad. I don't want to think David's behind all this, but, Ma'am, I found a card in his bedroom.
Well, that doesn't make him guilty.
Yes, it does. I'm going to prove it does.
Oh, how are you going to do that, huh? By following him down the street like someone at a rear window? Get a grip, girl.
No. By setting him up.
What?
I told him a lie. I told him it would be Richard's birthday on Friday. I think he's gone to post the card now, so if a card comes, it's him.
I think you're playing here, Gail.
Not half as twisted as the one he's playing.
I don't know what to say.
Nothing to say. We just have to sit back and wait. God knows what I'll do when I find out, but I know it's him. I'm going to prove it's him. No temperature. And you got some colour back?
Yeah, back to normal.
Want a cup of mum?
Well, I should go and open up, actually. Unless Sarah'll do it for me.
Sure.
Thanks, darling.
Try not to run the business into the ground before 9 o'clock.
Oh, do you want to come over with me? Let me loose on that mop again.
Yeah, right. See you later.
Will you be home for your dinner?
No, I'll just grab some with some mates. See you.
Bye, darling. Well, that's more like it, huh?
He's mates of his. I wonder if they really exist. Now I know what he does when he's on his own.
Gail, I'm sorry. I just can't believe he's sending the cards.
When that birthday card for Richard comes, you will.
What's wrong with the door? My key wouldn't work. Oh, Jason changed the locks, didn't he? Oh, honestly, Gail, come on.
I just needed to check again. What are you doing here?
Well, if anything had come, I wanted to get it before you did. Or am I a suspect now? What if this trap you've set David doesn't work? What if no card arrives?
Then nobody will be happier than me.
Oh,
Mum?
What's happened?
Oh, don't worry, they're not with me. They pulled up just as I got off at bus.
We just wanted to update you, Mrs. Platt.
Have you found Phil?
We talked to Mr. Nail's neighbours in Scotland. They seem to think he's still working in the northwest.
the northwest of England.
Apparently he's been doing some teaching in alternative therapy centres.
There you go, Mum.
We should ask if anyone's seen him hanging around the house.
Yeah, and if he's hanging around me, Mum's gonna need some sort of protection. Well, we all are.
No, hang on. Well, let's not jump to conclusions.
Has something happened, Mrs. Platt? You don't sound as sure as you did about Mr. Nail's involvement.
Mum? No. You should talk to Phil as soon as you can.
Right, well, we'll let you have your tea in peace.
Well, they are. He's still in the area. He knows all about Richard Hillman, so what more do you need to know?
I suppose it must be Phil.
Oh, for heaven's sake, yeah, look, today is the date you gave David, isn't it? Richard's supposed birthday. It's come and gone now. You said you'd be relieved.
I am.
Darling, it's Phil. It's not your son.
Mum, you alright? Was there something you weren't telling him?
No. Everything's going to be okay now.
Have you done me butties?
Yeah, they're on the kitchen table.
Right, I've got to rush because Simon's dad's going to give us a lift.
What time will you be back?
Well, I don't know, dinner time.
David, come here.
Alright. See you later.
2 offers of a platinum credit card and a gas bill.
Oh, so that's the end of it now, right?
Well, no, I still don't know who's sending the cards, do I?
Well, I take it you've eliminated David from your inquiries.
I can't tell you how glad I am to be proved wrong.
Darling, the mind can play funny tricks.
Yeah, so I'm suspicious of everybody, but to think David was capable of such a thing.
Well, at least you didn't say anything to him.
Oh, my God, can you imagine how he'd have felt? He'd have never spoken to me again.
I don't want to burst your bubble, sweetheart, but we do know who's sending these nasty cards, and he's still out there.
That's the whole point, Mum. It's Phil out there. It's not my David.
That postman may hold the lad's speed record for delivering a sack of letters, but does he check the addresses before he puts them in the box? Does he act like? I hope it's nothing urgent.
Thank you.
I have thought of replacing a number 6 with one 3-foot high in flashing neon, but I don't think it'll make any difference.
Another card came this morning.
No. That's just sick. Mum, it's alright. We'll call the cops again. They'll find out who's doing this.
How can you do this? How can you keep up this act when you know?
What do I know?
Oh, please, David, admit it. Tell the truth for once.
Are you drunk?
I had 2 glasses to help steady my nerves while I tried to make sense of all this.
Mum, I don't know what you're talking about.
Richard's birthday was in December. Not yesterday. I lied to you.
Can't believe you set me up.
So I'm the one in the wrong now, am I?
No.
Surely you knew you'd get caught eventually. Or did you think you were so clever, so cunning, that no one would ever find out it was you?
I don't know.
You could carry on sending card after card. How long did you intend to carry on for, David? 6 months? A year? 2?
It just meant to be like a one-off.
A schoolboy prank, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Sending your sister a birthday card from a murderer.
I just thought it was funny.
me? What sort of sense of humour do you have?
A sick one.
Obviously. Because you enjoyed ruining Sarah's birthday so much, scaring us all out of our wits, that you thought, I'll do it again. 3, 4 times, that'll really get them going.
It got out of hand, Mum, I know that.
You stood in this very room when that first card arrived and swore. You swore to me that it wasn't you. How could you do that, David? How could you lie?
Other people lie, I'm not the only one.
You don't even look sorry. Just vaguely annoyed that you got found out.
No, I am sorry.
I don't think you realise what serious trouble you're in. You have set out deliberately to cause fear and misery to everyone in this family. This has been hanging over us for weeks, months. We've had sleepless nights. I'm on pills, for God's sake. The neighbours thought I was sending those cards to myself, that I'm mad. I thought I was going mad. You knew this. You watched it happen, and you carried on sending those cards.
Hi, Mum. What's going on?
Are you going to tell her, or shall I?
I'm surprised you haven't smacked him one.
Would it do any
Would
good?
make me feel a lot better.
Okay, Sarah. Come on, love. You go get Beth now.
Oh, I hope you've called the police.
I haven't decided what to do yet. Now, come on, I'll do it my way.
The sooner I get away from that nutter, the better.
Where did you buy the cards?
Paper shop.
Cabin?
No.
Where?
Does it matter?
To know every single detail of what you did. Everything.
Part of my crime history.
On your own?
Yeah. Why?
You didn't have someone with you, an accomplice.
No.
So I can't even cling to the vain hope that you was under somebody else's influence. Such a sick thing to do.
Yeah, well, maybe I am sick.
Save the self-pity for when I decide what to do with you.
What are you gonna do?
Sending you to your room hasn't had much impact. Nothing I say to try and keep you in line does any good. Maybe it's time someone else had a go.
Well, what do you mean?
I don't know. Psychiatrist.
What?
This is not the behaviour of a normal 15-year-old boy, David.
I'm not mad.
Then what are you?
I'm not mad.
You're angry. Full of hate towards me.
I don't hate you.
Why did you do it to me?
I don't know. I'm sorry, Mum.
Is that it then?
For now, yeah.
Months of us being freaked out. He says sorry, and what, we just go back to normal?
Sarah, it's been a long day. At least we know the cards are going to stop now.
You're not even going to punish him?
I don't know what I'm going to do.
Mum, if I had done something like that, you'd murder me.
I've told him exactly what I think.
Oh, well, but that scared him.
Well, walloping him won't do any good. In some ways, I think what he did was a cry for help.
No, Mum, it's a warning that you've got some psycho in the making.
Or a very unhappy young man who needs our help, our support.
I can't believe I'm hearing this.
When I think what he's been through.
I know what he's been through. I went through it myself.
Everybody deals with things in a different way. I bring home one violent man after another. Men he warns me about, and what do?
It's got nothing to do with
It
it.
can't be a coincidence. I bring home a string of dodgy men.
Mine wasn't dodgy.
Yeah, and where's he? On the other side of the country with his new family. How's that supposed to make David feel?
Sad, angry, I don't know, but it shouldn't make him want to do something like
Yes,
this.
Sarah.
No.
Something like this was bound to happen.
No,
yes.
Mum.
Sarah. Blame the parent, they say. Or maybe they're right. If David's a bad lad, it's because I'm a bad mother.
I was just going to bring you this.
Is it Mother's Day? You think all it takes is a cup of tea?
No.
No, David. It'll take a lot more than that to get round Sarah.
I know.
It's gonna take a hell of a long time before you win anyone's trust back.
Is this part of the act?
I'm helping Mum.
You're sucking up to Mum.
Sarah.
Pretending that you're sorry, just like you pretended you knew nothing about them
Sarah.
cards. You lied then. And you're lying now.
I'm going to go get ready for school or I'll be late.
You're not going to school. I'll phone him.
What? Why?
Yeah, why?
You're not going to tell him?
No. I'll tell them you're poorly.
Mum, maybe you should tell them. Maybe they'll take it a bit more seriously. Beat some sense into him.
Sarah, I'll deal with this in my way.
Oh, a day off school. Great punishment. I can't believe this.
I don't want the school to know because I don't want anyone to know. And that includes Jason.
We tell each other
I
everything.
don't want him to know.
Well, what about Gran?
Well, she'll have to know, obviously. Tell her to call round this dinner time.
Yeah, right.
Don't tell her what it's about.
Mum, why are you protecting him?
I'm protecting the whole family. Please, Sarah, do as I say. I'll keep you off school so you could sit watching telly all day. Come on. I've been promising to sort this lot out for ages.
It's just junk, chuck it out.
This isn't junk. It cost over 200 quid. Extreme prejudice. Sure this is going to help you grow up into a well-rounded human being?
It's a game.
Really? And were these cards a game, too?
Maybe.
Talk to me, David. I want to understand. You must be thinking something, David. David.
Nobody ever listens to me.
They do.
Nobody cares what I think. I might as well be invisible. You know, the only time you take any notice of me is when I've done something wrong.
You're hardly starved of attention, then.
You don't say anything when I do something right.
I do. Don't I?
You just get on my back all the time.
So, you did this to get attention? Is that what you're saying?
I did it because I couldn't stand you and him playing happy families. I hated him so much. And I hated you for liking him.
Phil. You mean Phil? So if this was about me and Phil, why did you carry on sending the cards after I stopped seeing him?
I just wanted you to think it were him.
Why?
Right, there we go. I won't be a sec. I'll be back in a minute. Sarah, my love, when you finish sweeping up, would you nip to Roy's? I'm famished.
Yeah, I can, but my mum's asked me to ask you if you'll pop over at dinner.
Really? Oh, well, it better be important. I've got to come back to a load of curly burns.
It's important, all right.
Why? What's happened?
Can't tell you, I'm sorry.
Oh, don't be daft. Of course you can tell me.
I can't, it's a state secret. I've been forbidden.
Is it to do with the cards?
Oh, ask me, Mum.
Oh, it is, isn't it? Have they arrested Phil? Sarah, come on, tell me.
I lay in bed last night trying to work out why you do this. You're not a bad lad. I know that.
I won't do it again.
You're right. I don't listen. I've no idea what you were going through.
You can't throw this out.
What, smelly old football boot?
Is everyone not with it?
I don't know.
They're my first proper footy boots. Dad got me in when I got picked to play for school under 10s.
Well, I can't be such a bad man because I remember watching your first match. We're freezing.
Yeah. It were against sandpits. You and Dad even stood on touchline cheering every time I touched the ball.
You miss your dad, don't you?
Oh! Ma'am! Is it true what Sarah's just told me? Is it true David sent the card?
Leave him!
David! Look at me!
Get off him! You don't walk in here and attack my son. I won't stand for it.
How could you do it, David? How? How could you put us all through it?
Ma'am, calm down.
Oh, calm down. After what he's done, he needs a bloody good hiding.
Yeah, well, he's not getting one, not from you or anybody else.
How could you play such a vindictive, spiteful trick on your own family, David? Why would you do that?
Well, we were just getting to the bottom of that, ma'am, when you came round shouting the odds.
Yeah, by talking.
Yes, by talking. Something that's in short supply around here sometimes.
Do you know Sarah's right? He's making you look a right monkey.
I'm doing things in my way.
Oh, burying your head in the sand as usual.
Davy, go to your room. Let me and your gran have a talk.
Can't go outside, I've been stuck in all day.
You're supposed to be off school. Somebody might see you.
You'll be just outside. 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Loads of stick, you just gave me detention.
All right.
But I didn't go because I was seeing Rosie, so give me another one.
Let's give you 2.
Oh. After all he's done, you just let him go out there and play football.
He knows he's in big trouble. I haven't let him off the hook.
You should come down on him like a ton of bricks.
So what? Hit him? Ground him?
Yes, if that's the only way you can get through to him.
And what if all that does is cause resentment?
Oh, I see. We've all got to tiptoe round David now, have we?
No.
Oh, yes, be extra nice to David. Otherwise, he may play some awful little tricks on us all. Gail, this needs nipping in the bud now.
Yeah, I completely agree. I just don't think we see eye to eye on how it should be done.
So what's your answer, then? Just talking to him, is that it?
Yeah, that's what I'll do. And spend more time with him. And make up for the fact he's only got one parent. Oh, yeah. And I'm going to stop bringing home strange men who terrorise him.
Oh, I see. So it's your fault. Or it's Martin's fault. Or it's Richard's fault. Everybody's fault but David's.
He's very unhappy.
Gail, he needs to be dealt with.
Oh, like you dealt with me?
Oh, you never did anything like this.
How would you know? You were never around to see.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Mum. You come round here telling me how to deal with my son. You're no expert on the matter.
If I was such a bad mother, Gail, how come you've turned out like you have?
I could have easily got him with a bad lot. Easily. And if I had, we wouldn't have seen you for dust.
Look, you are trying to protect your son, I know that. That's why you're lashing out at me.
I'm lashing out because I think you're wrong.
Right. OK, fair enough. You don't want my opinion?
No. Not if it's going to make the situation worse.
Gail, maybe you're right, OK? Maybe my views are 30 years out of date. But, love, what he did is a terrible thing.
Yeah. And we have to work out why he did what he did.
No, I think we've got to make sure that he never ever does it again. We've got to put the fear of God into him.
No!
Yes, Gail, yes. I mean it. Now, you either put a stop to this or I will. Huh?
Mrs. Platt,
Yes?
we're here in connection with the hoax cards.
What's going on?
I don't know. I'll see you later.
All right.
Mothers always know best, they say. Yeah, well, I'm a mother. I know what's best for my family. I don't need her telling you to come round here.
What's going on?
This is your son.
Yeah, this is David. Come here. Go on, get on with it.
I'm here because we've traced Mr. Philip Nail and taken him in for questioning.
Phil?
You made the complaint, Mrs. Platt. Hoax greeting cards sent from Richard Hillman. A systematic campaign of harassment against your family.
I know, but you've arrested Phil.
We're holding him for questioning at the station. I'm here to check the details of your statement and to see whether there's any more information you can help us with.
I see.
We found a birthday card in the glove compartment of his car. He claims it's for his mother. Do you know his mother's birthday? Mrs. Platt?
I'm sorry?
We are taking this seriously, you know. We can't hold Mr. Nail unless we have clear evidence that he was responsible for these cards.
Well, maybe he wasn't. Maybe we'll never know who did it, but look, to be honest, I just want the whole thing to go away.
But you made the complaint.
I know. I was angry. I was upset. Maybe I overreacted.
7 hoax cards, all sent on family occasions. A prolonged, systematic campaign of harassment.
Yeah, but it stopped now. And you learn to put these things behind you and move on. The cards were meant to frighten me. Well, they don't frighten me anymore, and as far as I'm concerned, there's an end to it. I'm sorry.
What's going on? What's happened?
Just a false alarm.
Everything all right?
Yes, thanks.
Was that a police car?
Yeah, was.
It's probably nothing. Routine inquiries.
I thought you'd sent him.
Me? Oh, Gail, come on. Do you honestly think I'd call the police to my own family?
Arrested Phil.
What?
It's okay, they'll let him go.
You told them it was David.
I wasn't going to hand him over to the police. You should have seen him when they were here. He was scared stiff.
You lied to the police in front of David.
No, I just didn't tell them the whole truth. I've said they'll have to let Phil go.
Gail, an innocent man was arrested and questioned because of your complaint, and you said nothing?
If I have to choose between Phil and my son, I don't have a choice.
Oh, and this is your idea of helping David, is it?
I didn't have time to think.
Oh, what's the matter with you? Wake up, Gail. Your son's on a knife edge, and you let him watch while you lie to the police. I mean, what kind of example is that?
Are you going to tell him it was me?
I'm going to tell him the truth.
But Mum, you made him think it were Phil.
I know.
You're going to be in as much trouble as me.
That's right. I lied to the police.
So why don't we just go home?
No. We're going to tell them the truth and accept the consequences.
Even if it means going to jail?
Yes.
So you know who sent the cards?
I do.
And it wasn't Mr. Nail. So who was it?
My son, David. I'm sorry. Is Phil still here?
We'll let him go.
Thank heavens for that.
We're all wasting our time, weren't we?
I didn't know it was David when I first called you. I really
You
thought...
realise wasting police time is a criminal offence.
I was trying to protect my son.
Protect him from what?
I know he's done wrong, but he's been through a very difficult time lately. And if you just knew what he'd been through, and I didn't think it would help for him to be in trouble with the police.
So why are you here now?
Because I was wrong. I don't want him to think it's right to lie.
Well, you're not the first one who wanted to protect her kids. And I have come clean. I think I should have a word with the boy.
Yeah, but I don't...
Tell him I want a word, but I have a few things to sort out first. Let him sweat. Perverting the course of justice.
Yeah?
Do you know what it means?
Not really.
Well, if someone's actions expose an innocent man to the risk of arrest, remand in custody, or even prosecution, then we can charge them with perverting the course of justice. An offence that can result in a custodial sentence.
Do you mean like going to jail?
And there's also wasting police time. So you see, we have a pretty serious situation here. Why did you do it?
I don't know.
Let me guess then. Was it a prank that got out of control?
Yeah, it was.
But you kept on doing it for months. Even when you could see how upset everyone was.
I know.
After everything your family have been through, did you really think what you were doing was funny?
No. I'm sorry.
Your mother was so frightened she came to the police. And still you kept going. 7 cards. You only stopped when you got caught. I can't imagine what's going on in that head of yours.
What's going to happen to me?
What do you think? Go home. And behave.
Thank you. It's not been an easy day for any of us. But it's also the last day that anybody ever mentions Richard's cards.
Well, I don't think...
No, just let me finish, ma'am.
Go on.
The victims of David's cruel joke are all in this room. He's apologised to me, and now I think he should apologise properly to his gran and his sister.
I'm sorry. I never meant to frighten anyone.
Anything that makes it all right? You're a psycho. The police should lock you up.
Don't say that, Sarah. This family's suffered far worse than David's stupid cards. We've survived because we've stuck together, and that's what we're going to do now. I'm wiping the slate clean. No jokes, no cheap jibes. This matter is never discussed again, either inside or outside this family. It's nobody else's business. And I mean nobody's.
I think that's a good idea, yes.
Might not talk about it, but we won't forget.
Can I go now, Mum? It's just I'm really tired.
Go on.
Thanks, Mum.
He's probably forgotten about it already.
Good. Because I want him to forget about it. I want him to be a normal, happy lad. And if that means taking the flak for him, then I will. Now, shall we eat?
Looks like there was a police car outside your house the other day.
Yeah? No, that was a false alarm, you said.
Yeah, well, I said a lot of things.
Oh, go on, tell us. We won't tell anyone, will we?
Well, I just think she's a bit ashamed because she knows she's been completely stupid again.
Go on, spill, you know you wanna.
All right, well, put it this way. Out of all the blokes she could have gone for in the world, she has to choose another complete total nut job.
No way, it wasn't that guy.
Phil the Mad Jock. Obsessed with Richard he were. Even made out that he were doing this thesis on serial killers or whatever, when all the time he were getting off on it.
Oh my God, what a weirdo.
And to think he's been in your house and everything.
Yeah, I know, tell me about it. She always has to go for someone with a screw loose.
Why would you lie like that? I don't get it.
It's not like it really matters. He doesn't live round here.
That's not really the point.
We were Rosie and Craig. They kept on going on about it, and I just wanted them to stop. I'm sorry.
I know you are.
Sometimes think you'd be better off if you never had me.
Don't say that, David.
But what if people find out it was me, Mum? My life wouldn't be worth living.
Nobody's going to find out. Look, I know it's not easy for you, but just promise me one thing, will you? Just don't lie again.
I promise. Well, I don't know what I'm doing yet.
Well, you can understand why I'm asking. I mean, I can't afford to take time off work just because it's half term.
Well, I don't need babysitting.
Would you like me to remind you why perhaps you do?
I'm tired. I won't do anything like that again.
Well, he can come work with me.
To do what?
You wouldn't mind?
No. To do what?
Well, sweeping, cleaning, making tea, washing the towels.
Oh, no way.
David!
Mum said you not to tell anyone.
Why should I fall out with Jason just because you're bonkers enough to send them cards?
Oh, get lost.
Sarah, you are not to tell Jason about David.
See?
Mum, why should I suffer because of him?
I've said sorry how many more times?
Maybe if you made a bit more effort, show us that you mean to do right.
Mum, not the hairdressers again. I'm not spending my half term with her.
It's not, is he?
Well, if he doesn't, I'll be stood behind that counter every day, worrying about you.
Then don't.
I am not working with him.
Wondering whether you're bored or upset or standing around kicking his heels.
Mum, I see too much of him as it is.
Not doing something that... Ma'am?
No, he needs telling. I mean, I think you might consider your mum's feelings a bit. How hard is it to walk down the street and give a helping hand over your half term? It's not hard labour.
I'm gonna do it. I've already decided.
When?
Just now. I'll work in the salon.
Thank you, David.
Your mum's given you a second chance, David. You do realise that, don't you? Listen to me. Because the choices you make now and the way people see you will affect the man you become, OK?
I know.
People judge. And once that starts... Anyway, you're not a bad lad, you know.
I know.
OK, see you in the morning, 9 o'clock sharp.
Oh, and I'm £3 an hour. That's what Craig gets.
Turn that off. Why aren't you at school?
I don't know, I just never managed to get there.
Well, you'll get there now. Because I've spoken to the headmaster and we've got an appointment at 12. So we better get going.
Well, do we have to?
Yes, we do! Because I'm sick of your lying and your cleverness and you're treating me like a fool. You'll do as I say and you'll do it now. Move!
What is the point of this family counselling, anyway? I don't get it.
I can't say I do, to be honest.
The point of family counselling is to help us all understand why we have the problems we do.
We know why, because of him.
Oh, so it's just going to be a blaming me session, is it? Only instead of 3 of you doing it, we'll get a professional in. Right, now I get it.
No, it will not be a blaming you session.
See ya.
Bye, David.
Bye. So, who is it that's coming? Is it like a psychiatrist?
Her name is Simone Walsh. Apart from that, I don't know anything.
Well, it's not a job I'd like, telling people how to run their lives. Anyway, come on, young lady. If we're going to close early, we better not open up late as well.
Bye, see you later.
Bye-bye. I'm sure they'll be here in a minute.
That's all right, no hurry.
David, you'll be joining us, won't you?
Well, do I have a choice?
No.
Sorry. Are we late?
Well, another minute and you might have been.
Oh, we should have brought Maria with us, poor thing. She needs more counselling than anyone.
I think I've been providing that, sweetheart. Hello. You must be the lady who's going to tell us everything we're doing wrong.
I think you'd kick me straight out if I tried.
Well, should we sit down and make a start?
That's it here, shall I?
Come on, Sarah.
David,
Yeah, I'm coming.
do we need pencils, paper, anything?
Absolutely not.
Oh, thank goodness for that. My spelling's terrible.
David!
I'm here.
Well, first of all, well done on agreeing to this, because the first stage in solving a problem is accepting you have one.
Oh, we have.
And you've done that, so you've already done the most difficult bit. Congratulations.
So can we go now?
Be quiet.
And my name's Simone, and I'm here to get the ball rolling and then act as referee, only I won't be giving any red or yellow cards.
Not even for headbutts?
Oh, I'm sure there won't be any of them.
Why? My middle name's Zidane.
Oh, it's not.
So, to start with, can I ask each of you in turn to tell us your name and what you do in this family, what you contribute and, well, how you see your position, your role in the house?
Well, my name's Gail, mother of these two.
And Grandma to Beth, but she's not here.
Yeah, there is another member of the family.
So I gather.
But we thought she was too young for this sort of thing.
Even though it's her who probably causes most trouble.
Yeah, right.
And your role?
Oh, shopping, cooking, cleaning.
And do you get much help?
Only when I ask for it.
Okay. And then we've got Zidane here.
David.
And what's your role, David?
I make life interesting for everybody else.
And?
I'm Sarah, and I'm training to be a hairdresser, and I've got a child.
Who did plan on getting married, but it just didn't really work out.
David, will you shut up?
And last but not least?
Audrey Roberts, widow, mother, and grandmother.
And great-grandma to Beth.
Yes, thank you very much, Sarah. Yes, great-grandmother to Beth. Simone, do you mind if I say something, love? I mean, you see, I think we're a lovely little family. We have our ups and downs, yes, but I mean, what family doesn't? So, no disrespect, Simone, but, well, I think we're managing quite well, actually.
It's all him. I don't even know why we're pretending it isn't.
So what does David do that upsets you?
He's rude. He's arrogant. He plays nasty tricks on my mum, like sending cards from people who are dead.
I don't think we need to go into that, darling.
He lies about the fact that he's been bullied at school.
Let's concentrate on that a minute. Why did you do that, David?
Because he thinks that he can lie his way out of everything.
You see, she can do your job. She seems to know everyone.
And I know you.
But no, then you see he worked for me in the salon that I own, and he's absolutely charming. You can't deny that, Sarah.
Because he fancies Maria. Well, he did do until he found out.
Yes, I don't think we need to go into that either, darling.
Gail, you're not saying anything?
Well, David's had a difficult year, but I do understand the reasons behind that.
We've had about 15 years since he was born.
All right, let's move on. If you could have one wish, anything to do with this family, what would it be? Sarah?
I'd have him either behave or go and live somewhere else.
That's two.
Well, then the second one, just go live somewhere else.
Now, you don't mean that.
Gail, your one wish?
Just one.
For now.
Well, I wish I'd been a wiser woman when it came to men and marrying them.
Audrey?
Oh, Well, that everybody was nicer to each other. I mean, it is just as easy to smile as it is to frown.
Not always.
And David?
I'd wish that was someone else.
Why?
Of course. I don't like who I am.
This is lovely, Gail.
I thought we were meant to tell the truth from now on.
Yes, we are. Stop being sarcastic.
Oh, that's asking too much of him.
Well, I'm not going to pretend I like broccoli when everybody knows I can't stand this stuff.
Well, you should be grateful that your mother took the time and trouble to cook it for you.
Why?
Oh,
Gran, I'm seeking the truth, all right? Doing what the council told me to do.
She was talking about more serious things than vegetables.
Well, I'm not that fussed on dry chicken either.
David.
Oh, well, you have it, Gran, all right? I'm off out for a burger. See ya.
I don't suppose you know where Sarah is, do you?
She is just finishing off a blow dry. She'll be right behind me.
Let's just crack on, eh?
I don't really know why you want me here, to be honest.
What, and you're not barking like the rest of us?
I'll be in Canada for a fortnight from next week, visiting Stephen, my son, on the normal side.
When was this organised?
Can I come?
I mean, how are we supposed to get anywhere if you can't even be bothered to turn up?
Well, I can hardly nip back from Canada, can I?
Okay, let's just concentrate on making the most of the time we do have together.
Yes, but you can see what I've got to put up with, can't you?
So what have I done now?
Well, you tell me. I wasn't out with Bill Webster all night drinking myself into a stupor.
I've got a touch of flu.
Do you not think that's a conscious denial of your responsibility to the family unit?
How do you fancy a slap?
Right, why don't we all take a nice deep breath and start again? Audrey, maybe you've got something to share with us.
That's if we're not keeping you away.
Go on, Gran, make 'em have it.
David.
Mum, I'm just encouraging the frank exchange of views.
You see, there's a perfect example right there. I mean, he gets away with God knows what because he knows you are too weak to sort him out.
And what do you call sorting him out? Giving him a good hiding, locking him up? That's enough lip from you.
What about the cards?
We said we weren't going to mention those.
Well, there shouldn't be anything we can't explore, Gail. Tell us about the cards, Audrey.
Well, no. I'm sorry.
If we can't have complete openness, then we can't really expect to make progress, can we?
You always have to go too far, don't you?
Mum, isn't this what we're supposed to be here for?
Look, you either face the truth or you ignore it. Now, isn't that right, Simo?
Oh, well, if you're all going to gang up on me.
Oh, Gail, please, this isn't really appropriate. Please, sit back down. Let's just count to 10 and try and move on, shall we?
Well, you probably won't be seeing me again, Simone, love, with me being away.
And doesn't she look miserable?
Bye-bye then, bye-bye.
David, do you mind if I have a couple of minutes with Simone on my own?
No problem. See ya.
We may be thinking along the same lines here.
It's not really working, is it? Two who don't care and one who can't even be bothered to turn up.
There is an alternative whereby you wouldn't... What can I say? You wouldn't have to feel inhibited by the presence of your family.
Fantasy Island?
Parenting classes. Well, don't dismiss it till you know how it works. What happens is...
Everybody sits in a circle. My name's Gail and I'm a terrible parent.
No. Other parents, all in similar situations, are invited to share and develop what we call coping strategies.
Oh, set it up. I mean, we're all having such a good time. Why stop now?
I thought we'd kick off the session with a bit of an exercise. Now, I know it's a bit embarrassing. Everyone usually hates this bit. But trust me, it really does break the ice. What we're going to do is we're going to communicate what we're feeling. But instead of using words, we're going to use sounds. Right, well, I'll go first. So what did that say to you? Well, that says I'm pleased to be here and I'm ready to share your problems. Right, who's gonna go first? How about you, Gail? Go on, be brave. Gail, why don't you kick things off?
Oh, no, no, it's not my thing.
Eddie here. Yeah? Eddie is your troubled teen. Now this, this is your chance to say everything you've wanted to say to him.
Well, it breaks my heart that things are so difficult between us.
Good. Go on.
I'm constantly terrified I'll say the wrong thing and make matters worse.
Iceland, you're doing really great.
It's ridiculous, being terrified of your own son. And I'm exhausted, having to bounce back every time you do something despicable to me. I forgive you over and over again, and I'm sick of it. I know. I brought a murderer into your life. I wasn't to know. He fooled me too. How long do I have to go on paying the price?
Great. Well done.
Yeah, I sometimes think you enjoy making me miserable. Gives you a kick. I see you smile and I start to worry. Many's the time I've wanted to wipe that smug grin right off your face.
Oh, hello. So how was it?
I'll tell you how it was. Completely vile.
Ah, result. Now you know what it's like for me.
Yeah, I did go to school, you know, David, in the dim and distant past.
Did it bring it all back to you? Just sat there, bored out of your skull.
Boredom doesn't even begin to cover it.
So that's it then. You've been in it?
No, David, I am not.
Mum, you've just said...
It doesn't matter how I feel, David. I will go back for as long as it takes until I find a way to get through to you.
Mum, is that all the milk?
Yeah, well, I didn't know it went last.
Yeah, you could have looked in the fridge.
Yeah, well, you could have toast.
Keep it down, the pair of you. David, get changed. You're going to be late for school.
I'm not going.
We are not going through all that again.
Don't get stressed. I just need a break, OK?
David!
You're being very confrontational, Mother.
Just hit him.
I will not hit him.
Yeah, I will.
Ow! What was that for?
Yeah, well, come on.
Will you just pack it in, the pair of
Mum,
you?
there's no point in talking to him.
David, you're going to school.
Right, well, if you want to believe that, then you can.
Will you just leave it, the pair of you?
I'm scared
Please,
of you when you
right?